If you like my content, please like and click on the subscribe button. Click on the drop down and select All to see regular updates.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Data Sculptor. Today we are going to solve another interesting SQL question. So this time we have a table called Spacemen where you have three columns: Spaceman ID, job description and mission count. So for each and every job description you have some Spaceman ID and some mission count. So based on this data you need to create three columns. For each and every job description you need to retrieve the least experienced Spaceman ID and the most experienced Spaceman ID. So just by seeing this data, try to understand or try to derive what is the logic that is behind this particular answer. So if you are able to understand the logic, you can write the SQL query. So try to write the SQL query on your own. So if you are not able to write, or if you are facing an issue while to understand the logic or to write the SQL query, watch this video till the end to get more understanding. So now let's jump right into SQL Server Studio and see the logic behind it and also the solution behind it. So as discussed, this is the table Spacemen with the columns Spaceman ID, job description and mission count. You can find this DDL script and the DML script of this particular question in the description of this video. So this is the select star and you see the data for each and every job description with each and every mission count. So the question is, you have to calculate the space for each and every job description. You need to find the least experienced spaceman and the highest experienced spaceman. So the least experienced spaceman is nothing but the person who is having the lowest number of mission count for its particular job description, and the highest experienced spaceman is nothing but the person having the highest mission count in that particular job description. So for geologist, if you see, the least experienced person is 6 because 8 is the least mission count, and the highest experienced person for geologist is 4 because the highest mission count is 21. So for technician, if you see, there is a match for the least experienced guy. So in that case, let's take the order ID which is the lowest. So in 8 and 9 the least value is 8. So let's show 8, and the highest mission count or the most experienced person is ID 7 because he is having 13. So now let's see how to solve this. So let's create a simple row number. Select star from Spacemen, and here it is star comma row underscore number. So I'll create a row number for each and every job description over partition by mission count, partition by job description, order by mission count as R and A, and I'll copy the same thing and I'll keep it as R and B. So the only difference here is I'll make sure that I'll create this R and B based on the mission count in descending order. So here R and A is based on the mission count in ascending order. So in ascending order, that means, so for geologist, Spaceman ID 6 will have the value as 1 for R and A, and geologist with the Spaceman ID 4 will have the R and B value as 1. So now let's run this query and see what is the output. So if you see, for Astrogator, mission count 6 and Spaceman ID 1 is having R and A as 1, which is the least experienced spaceman, and for Astrogator Spaceman ID 3 is having R and B as 1. That means he is the highest most experienced spaceman. So now what we will need to do is, we need to make sure that we need to filter out both the to get the least experienced and the highest experience. We need to filter out R and A is 1 and R and B is 1. So how do we do that? So let's keep this in a CTE with CTE as. So select star from CTE A, inner join CTE B on A dot Spaceman ID is equal to B dot Spaceman ID, and A dot RNA sorry, it's not a dot spaceman id, it is a dot job description is equal to b dot job description, and a dot RNA is equal to b dot RNB. Okay. And now if you just write a simple select star, let's see what we are getting. So if you see RNA1 and RNB1, so you are getting spaceman ID 1 and here's the spaceman ID 3. So let's pick only the required columns, a dot job description, comma a dot spaceman ID, comma b dot spaceman ID, comma RNA, comma RNB, and if you run this, this is what you get. Okay, there is a ambiguity. So a dot RNA is equal to b dot RNB. So a dot RNA and b dot RNB will be shown. And if you run this, if you can see Astrogator with spaceman ID 1 and spaceman ID 3. So basically, so when RNA is 1, that means he is the least experienced guy, and RNB is 1, that means the highest experienced guy. So I'll make sure I'll remove these columns, and we need to filter where a dot RNA is equal to 1. Okay. And a dot spaceman ID, I'll rename this column as least experienced, and b dot spaceman ID as most experienced. Right. So when you run this query, you will get only the required output. So for Astrogator, least experienced is 1 and most experienced is 3. For Geologist, least experienced is 6 and most experienced is 4. For Technician, least experienced is 8 and most experienced is 7. So now let's compare the output and see whether we are getting the required output. So for Astrogator, you need 1 as least experienced and 3 as most experienced, which is fine. For Geologist, you need to get 6 as least experienced and 4 as most experienced, which is fine. And for Technician, you need to get 8 as least experienced, because there is a match and we want the spaceman ID with the least value. So 8 should be as the least experienced and 7 should be the most experienced. So in this way, we will get the, for each and every job description, we can retrieve the least experienced and the most experienced. So here the simple thought process is how to create a row number and assign it to the particular data. And once you create the row number, you need to understand this particular join. So if you are able to get this idea, you can solve this question very easily. So if you like this video, please click on like button and also click on subscribe button for more videos. Thank you. Have a nice day.